Hi Theatre Addicts, I'm Jenna at the 2018 Vancouver Fringe Festival, and I'm here today reviewing Polyqueer Love Ballad by Ines West and Sarah Vikrak at the Revue Stage. And I'm really excited to see this play because they're part of the 2018 Fringe New Play Prize winners. And so they're the BC artists who were picked to produce a play throughout the year, and we're given free rehearsal space, and yeah, we're guaranteed a spot in this festival. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that turned out. And yeah, I'm expecting to be like a love story with some music and queer themes, and I don't know, I'm hoping to see a nice little romance sort of bloom. So yeah, I'll see you after the show. Hey Theatre Addicts, I just finished watching Polyqueer Love Ballads at the 2018 Fringe Festival at the Revue Stage. I really liked it. It was a very sweet story, I thought. I guess for content warnings, there's some coarse and sexual language, so that if that isn't your thing, then maybe you want to skip this, though there isn't too much of that. And I also would recommend, if you're not too familiar with polyamorous or queer relationship terms, to pick up a flyer before you go into the show. They do have them on the table before you can enter, which will list out the terms of sort of like, yeah, those relationship terms that may be useful for you going in. So yeah, this story is it's like a romance between two queer women, played by Ines West and Sarah Vikrak, and they do a really good job with it. They have really good chemistry together, and they've created a really beautiful story. The show is something that I believe a lot of queer people will definitely enjoy, since it's basically a really nice representation of what a certain sort of romance in that community could look like. But really, anyone can enjoy it if you like romance and musicals. Since it is sort of a musical, this show. And yes, if you like romance musicals, this is the perfect show for you. So like I mentioned, it was a musical, and so there's a lot of beautiful songs throughout the show. And they even had they had this set up where there's like guitars and other instruments, and they had this thing where they could record pieces of the music playing or them singing and have it play over off as they continue singing. And a lot of the times that worked really well. It really added to the piece that they were playing at the time, and added this cool extra element to the show. There were a couple of times where that sort of aspect of it I felt didn't really work. I think it was sometimes the sound that they recorded wasn't the best thing to be repeated over and over again, kind of got annoying, but most of the time it really enhanced the performance. Aside from that, there were a couple of technical issues, like the microphone wasn't working at the beginning, but that sort of thing happens at the Fringe where there's quick turnover between shows, because there was a show right before it. Nothing that took away from the show, I felt. This show is a production or a representation of two women who are trying to navigate a polyamorous relationship, and I really felt that it was a genuine discussion of what that sort of relationship entails, or what that could entail, and the sort of problems and beauty that can arise from it, and how that would work. And it was really great how they showed the two characters sort of navigating that, and I thought it was a really sincere, authentic portrayal of it. And you know, it doesn't just have to be for a polyamorous relationship. You could use some of the stuff that they were talking about and apply that to any relationship. Because basically the keys was communication, discussing what you like, what you didn't like, what works for you and what doesn't. And like, I think those are aspects that are important for every relationship. And so I think it really hit home that, like, you know, you need communication, and you need to trust each other, and you need to be truthful with each other. And so those aspects were portrayed really well in the show, and I really appreciate it. And yeah, just like discussing what polyamory is and how that sort of works nowadays. One thing I do think it could have improved upon the discussion was discussion of like bisexualism. One of the characters is bisexual, and they do touch a bit on it, but I think they could have addressed or specifically state like how there was a bit of like biphobia, and they're like how biphobia sort of works within the LGBTQ plus community. I think that was one thing that they could have addressed or made a bit more clear. But yeah, the focus was on like the sort of problems that could, or miscommunications that could arrive within a polyamorous relationship. So in the end, this was a really sweet show. It had great songs, and there were some good laughs as well, and the two actors did a really great job. So yeah, I think if you want to see, you know, like a very well done, sort of realistic queer love story relationship on a stage, this is like a great place to go. Yeah, so once again, I'm Jenna, and I'm at the review stage for the 2018 Vancouver Fringe Festival, and I was watching Holy Queer Love Ballad by NS West and Sarah Vickerack. And yeah, so if you've seen the show, comment below and check out our Theatre Addicts YouTube channel or our website, where we'll be posting more interviews and reviews. So yeah, I'll see you around. Bye!